I don't actually know where I'm going with this video. I'm not a fan of England. I don't support the English national team. It'd be nice to see them win something, only because there are players that play for the national team and they play for clubs that I support, that being Liverpool FC. I said club, Liverpool FC. But you know what? Sometimes you put your rivalries aside, you put your biases aside, your what's what I'm looking for, the tribalism aside, and you just play football. It doesn't matter if it's Saka from Arsenal, Palmer from Chelsea, Trent from Liverpool, Mano from United. Doesn't matter. You put all that shit aside, you just play football, right? It's a bit hard when the manager's a bit all over the place as well. That being Gareth Southgate, who's copped a lot of flack. And it's not like people are only realizing this now. I'm sure you all know. He has been under scrutiny and under fire for a few years now. Even though they've made semi-finals and finals and not won, it is still pressure and a lot of blame put on him, because how can you have all this talent, all these players, and you're still unable to have them playing this free-flowing football, this bang, 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 pass, 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 goals, goals, goals types of football. I think I heard someone say it. Was it on Football Terrace or was it on MHF that in 2024 England have only won 2 matches, 3-0 against Bosnia. I don't know if that was a friendly or a qualifier, and the 1-0 against Serbia in the opening match of the Euro 2024 tournament. That is crazy. 2 wins in 2024, if that is to be true, which sounds true because the way England have been playing has been absolute dog shit. Now, one player for them who has been under heavy scrutiny, and this isn't a video specifically because I'm backing up my player, just to show you the comparisons, is Trent Alexander-Arnold being put in midfield when he's not a midfield player, and people have said maybe Trent is better off in midfield because Arne Slot will play midfield because he can play 3 and have Trent move further up, or play him off the wing or inverted or whatever they're going to do with him, right? For me, not so much a midfielder. If you're going to play him, you probably play him on the wing, because playing back to the touchline is very different to playing in the midfield, where you have to have a 360 sense of people and things happening all around you. I heard someone else say it. I want to take credit for it. I forget what stream it was on, but someone said it like, when you're used to playing in that position, you're sort of like always playing with your back to the touchline. So you don't need to see who's behind you or who's whatever. You just need to see who's in front and who's to the right of you, because that's normally the position you'll be facing. Like even on an angle, you're facing like the opposite end of the pitch on the top left corner flag or whatever it is, right? So very different position. And he's been scapegoated a lot and said that he's the problem and he's not it. But a lot of football fans realize that Trent is not the issue at hand. He's not the real problem, because when they recognize that he's a good footballer, but that position isn't for him, you can't solely say this player is crap, so get him off the pitch. You can say that in a sense of maybe this player is not best suited for that, and we have another player who can play in that position, and the position he normally plays in is already occupied by somebody else, so we can't replace him for whatever reason, so on the bench you go, or you're going to get subbed off, or whatever it is. And that's what happened when they brought Gallagher on in the last game against Denmark, and then again in this game where he started against Slovenia, which really should have been an English win. It wasn't. Completely buckled it, and therefore he also got subbed as well in the first half for Kobe Mainu, who had a better game than Conor Gallagher. And a lot of people were saying you're substituting one player who's not a midfielder with a player who's a midfielder, but it's not going to give you the same things that the player you've just replaced is intending to give you. So a bit of a weird thing there. But just to bring out a few pointers here, this one's from Faisal, who says, Trent was the problem, man, at 5:33 a.m. So this would have been halfway through the first half between England and Slovenia. And of course, it's complete sarcasm. Even LFC fans here saying Trent is playing awful. England really should take him out of the team. Faisal replies, "If so wasteful on the ball, bring Gallagher on." And he responds back saying, "Bring me energy and passion, because that's what we need. We don't need chances created. It's Trent's fault for not instructing the midfielders what to do." Absolutely created 4 chances in 55 minutes last week. They have created 0 chances. It was definitely him. Still is the problem. He's not getting the water bottles to the players quick enough. Absolute jokes. Gallagher has made about 6 good touches, a few fouls, but I'm supposed to believe Trent is the problem. Scapegoat is all I see, which watch him come on the pitch and actually create a chance. And he did come on the pitch late in that game and didn't create a chance, but didn't really have that much time. He came on in like the 84th minute or whatever it was. But just to showcase the difference here, this was Conor Gallagher's stat. I don't know if you can see that. It's a bit small on the screen there, but this is the match that they played against Slovenia, the final game here. So they played the first half, got a poor rating, 17 out of 20 passes, no chances created, 0.01 expected assists, and 0.01 expected goals and expected assists. Absolute bumpkus. 24 touches, 2 passes into the final third, dispossessed once. Defensively, did a few actions, won 2 duels, lost 2 duels. And there you have it, committed 2 fouls, and that was it for him. Whereas in the game against Denmark, arguably a much difficult, much tougher opposition, much better team, that being Denmark. No disrespect to my fellow Slavic nation, Slovenia. But when you look at it here, Trent against Denmark, 54 minutes played, 3 chances created, 0.06. Okay, it's not a massive increase, but it is 5 more than what Gallagher managed to do on the point scale. 51 touches, 5 passes into the final third, couple of accurate crosses, 6 out of 7 accurate long balls, dispossessed once, didn't go any tackles, nothing like that, couple of blocks, 3 defensive actions, and arguably had a bit more duels at hand there, and he was fouled twice, no fouls committed. The key stat here, chances created, 3. Now, maybe they were not clear-cut chances, but there was still something nonetheless in 54 minutes. But then people said, Trent is the problem, he shouldn't be starting, we should bring someone else on, but then Southgate decides to bring on Conor Gallagher, which absolutely failed in that aspect. And he has been absolutely copying a whole bunch of shit, that being Gareth Southgate, from pundits, all basically pointing out that this is a very piss poor take from this manager who doesn't know what he's doing. He's playing players out of position. Harry Kane should have been subbed. He's dropping deep to receive the ball, and then when the crosses are coming in, he's not there where he should be. We've got players that are not doing what they should be doing. Maybe fullback's not overlapping. We've got a midfield that doesn't know what's happening half the time. We've got players that are not getting through. Crosses are not coming through. We've got players playing out of position. Bellingham shouldn't be at the 10. Rice should be at 6. This person should be at 8 instead, and Foden should be playing here, and what's his name? Palmer should be playing there, etc., etc. And it's just a never-ending question mark. But the other thing is as well, this fella here, this La Liga and UCL winner, apparently is the best thing in the world right now, according to some people. Jude Bellingham, apparently, against Slovenia, again, of all nations, 0 shots, 0 chances created, 0 successful tackles, 0 passes completed into attacking third, 12% of his passes went forward, 22 duels won, worst on the team, and 16 times possession lost, most on the team. He's just got 1 shot and 1 chance created in 3 matches in the Euros, and he has 1 of the 2 goals from England. This is a player that has been heavily criticized as well. A lot of people are saying without the Real Madrid propaganda, he is just a... What did I call him? Someone said it in the comments here. I forget who it was. PR, terrible. Who was it? 5.8, 6.3. They told us he was winning the Ballon d'Or. What was the bro tried to cook, burnt the chicken. What was his name? They called him a spicy somebody. There's Palmer there. Yeah, Palmer came on, he had a good game. It was decent. Yeah, played 20-odd minutes, wasn't that bad. But again, you play him, but then you have to take Saka off. But you need Saka to play on the wing. So what do you do? Some have suggested play Saka left wing. I don't know. I'm not a tactical, I'm not a manager. I'm not saying what we should be doing, what they should be doing. I'm just giving you my dumb fuck opinion, because that's what it is. It's a dumb fuck opinion, because I don't know. I'm just assuming. But if you're trying to play Palmer, who plays on that right side, and Saka, who plays on the right side, but then you also want to include Foden, who plays in the middle, and Bellingham, who plays in the middle, and Rice, who plays in the middle, and maybe Kobe Mano, who plays in the middle. How are you going to do that? Harry Kane's your striker. Harry Kane has been absolute arse, has done nothing. He's dropping deep to receive the ball. And as I said, when he goes back into the penalty box, he ain't there to receive the ball and make something happen. So what do? Joe Barton there. Either Jude Bellingham is overrated or is being used incorrectly in a flawed system. I know which I believe. What about you? I think he's probably saying he's overrated, so I'm not sure if that's what you want to believe, but it is a question mark there. Do you play Foden at the 10? Do you play Palmer on the right wing? Do you play Palmer at the 8? Do you play Rice at the 6? These questions that England fans will be asking themselves until the cows come home, or at least until England get knocked out or possibly even win the Euros. Dare we say it? As Carefree Lewis, they said he was better than Enzo and Caicedo. Gallagher subbed off at halftime. Yep. Big sub off. Don't care about AB subbers. Don't care about that. Cannot understand why England are playing so poorly, says Piers Morgan. Bellingham's the world's most exciting player, but has disappeared for 2 games now. Why? LB, world's most exciting player. I suggest people have ISTG. I seriously, some of the people haven't watched him this year. I don't know. And you thought Trent was the issue. There's Mons. Yeah, Trent wasn't particularly the issue. It's more so Trent being put in the position from Gareth Southgate in order to try and showcase him playing a certain way or whatever it is. What's Biggest Smalls he's saying? Says Roy Keane definitely has some personal grudge against Trent, ripped into him pre-tournament and has been over the top in his criticism at every mention of his name. Now he's praising Gallagher for his energy despite him being demonstrably worse than Trent whenever he's come on. Yeah, agreed. As we just saw the stats. We just saw the stats. Now, Trent hasn't been that great as well in the first game against Serbia. He wasn't that great either. Let's keep it 100. I'm not going to sit here and say Trent was worth it. Arguably wasn't. 3 shots, no chances created. Again, 0.04 expected goals, 0.11 expected assists. Goals on target. How does that work out? 20. So arguably better performance here against Serbia. Even he had a stinker as opposed to Gallagher in his whole first half. So sometimes you just have it, and that's what it is there. That's what it is. What's this? Romano saying Manchester United is now almost agreed. AGT get in. Yep, Ten Hag in. Ten Hag forever. Ten Hag will stay. So, look, I didn't really want to make this a Trent thing. Trent hasn't been great so far for England, and that is not his position. Would you play him at right back? Yes, but Kyle Walker is there. Would you play Kyle Walker at right back, who's like 35, 36, whoever old he is now? I'm exaggerating a little bit, but at least a decade or nearabouts older than Trent. Trent at right back, definitely. Trent at right wing back, yes. But then again, you've got players on the right wing who also occupy a similar space. Palmer, Saka, whichever one's going to be starting. So the midfield is a bit of a question mark there. And that right side of the midfield especially that right side of the midfield is a question mark and a headache that a lot of the England fans have noticed. And it's almost like they're all at ends with one another. They know something has to change, but they're always conflicted as to which player is going to occupy their space. Obviously, they're going to be saying, my player should be occupying that space. You'd probably like to see Rice, Foden, Palmer maybe, or Rice playing in there, Bellingham and Foden. But again, Bellingham box to box. You play him as an 8, you play Foden as a 10. It's one of them things. Palmer can be on the right side. Where do you put Saka? Do you put him on the left? Who plays on the left? Gordon? Because clearly it ain't been happening for the English national team on that left side when Foden's been there. He's been okay, but that's not his best position. Foden's position on the left is not. He's got to play centrally somehow. So you probably want to be playing Foden in the middle. Maybe you bench Bellingham for the next game. He's had a stinker, but it's the ego thing as well. Top player, big name, big club, Champions League, La Liga. Do you drop him? All I know is the England fans are not happy with Gareth Southgate. They are not happy with what's been happening with this English national team. I'm enjoying it because I like seeing people rage and just lose their minds over it. And I'll link a clip to Gav's, I think it was Gav's highlights, who pointed out the English fans at halftime, some of them, at full time rather, when the game finished 0-0 and how they reacted to Gareth Southgate. So I'll leave that linked post down below. Check it out for yourselves. This has been me trying to make some sense of Trent being the scapegoat and not his fault. He's being put in a position that he can't or really shouldn't be playing because the manager wants to try and fit him in because he's a good player. But for what he offers you, that position is not for him. Until next time, people, y'all be good now.
End the stream, Dave! End the stream! End it!